Let me tell you something, success isn't a mystery, it's a set of rules. You don't stumble into it by luck, you build it step by step, decision by decision, day by day. Most people think success belongs to the chosen few, but the truth is it belongs to the disciplined few. Those who are willing to do what others won't, to think differently, to act intentionally. The ones who understand that life doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to work, vision, and principles. So tonight, I want to share with you, Thousanders, 7 rules every successful person follows. These are not secrets, they're habits. They're the daily disciplines that separate the average from the extraordinary. If you follow them, your life will begin to work, not by chance, but by design. Because success doesn't start in the marketplace, it starts in your mind, your values, and your consistency. So as you listen, don't just nod your head and agree. Take notes, take action, and take responsibility. Because when you begin to live by these 7 rules, life starts to cooperate with your effort, and success becomes not just possible, it becomes inevitable. Success begins when a person finally decides to stop pointing fingers. It's easy to find excuses for why things aren't working. The economy, the weather, the government, the boss, the parents, the past. But the truth is, as long as you're busy blaming, you're handing away your power. Nothing in your life will truly shift until you look in the mirror and say, if it's going to change, it's up to me. That's the moment the door to transformation opens. Responsibility isn't punishment, it's liberation. It's realizing that your future doesn't depend on luck or others, but on your choices, your mindset, and your actions. Most people wait for life to become fair before they take control. They wait for better conditions, for a lucky break, for someone to notice them. But waiting is the slowest form of dying. Responsibility says, I'll make things fair by how I respond. You can't always control what happens, but you can always control how you respond to what happens. That response determines the outcome. 2 people can face the same difficulty. One grows bitter, the other grows better. The difference isn't the circumstance. It's the choice of responsibility. When you take full ownership of your life, you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start behaving like a creator. A victim says, look what they did to me. A creator says, here's what I'm going to do about it. Responsibility shifts the focus from what's lost to what can be built. You begin to see every setback as a lesson, every mistake as a teacher, every challenge as a chance to grow stronger. You stop being tossed by the wind and start steering your own ship. Life becomes less about reacting and more about directing. There's something powerful that happens when you no longer depend on others for your progress. The moment you stop expecting others to change for your comfort, you begin to grow. The day you stop blaming your childhood, your boss, or your luck, you reclaim your energy. Responsibility doesn't mean you caused everything that happened. It means you choose how to use everything that happened. Every disappointment can become raw material for strength if you refuse to waste it. Taking responsibility also means being honest with yourself. It means looking at your habits, your attitude, your effort, and admitting where you fell short. It's not about guilt, it's about growth. Some people spend years defending their limitations. They say, this is just who I am. But if who you are isn't working, it's your duty to become someone better. Growth only begins where excuses end. Excuses build walls around potential. Responsibility breaks those walls down. Every successful person you admire has learned this truth. They stopped waiting for opportunity to knock and built their own door. They didn't rely on others to light their path. They carried their own torch. Responsibility is what gives ordinary people extraordinary results. It's the willingness to say, I'll find a way, even when there seems to be no way. So if you truly want your life to change, start here. Stop complaining. Stop explaining. Start accepting ownership. From that moment on, your energy changes, your perspective changes, your direction changes. You begin to act with purpose rather than pressure. Responsibility is not a burden, it's a gift. The gift of control over your destiny. When you embrace it fully, you stop hoping for a better future and start creating one. That's when life begins to work for you instead of against you. One of the greatest lessons you can ever learn is that success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. Your job can make you a living, but working on yourself can make you a fortune. Too many people spend all their energy improving their work while their character, mindset, and attitude remain the same. They hope that a raise, a promotion, or a lucky break will change their life, but the truth is nothing really changes until you do. You can't grow your income without first growing your influence. And you can't grow your influence without first growing yourself. When you work harder on yourself than you do on your job, everything around you begins to shift. The world pays you for the value you bring, not for the hours you put in. If you want more, you must become more. Most people are waiting for the company to change, for the boss to recognize them, or for the market to improve. But the most powerful investment you'll ever make is the one you make in your own development. Read the books, attend the classes, listen to those who know more than you, and apply what you learn. Education doesn't end with school. It begins when you take responsibility for your own learning. Every skill you build adds to your value. Every good habit you form strengthens your foundation. The goal is not just to work hard, it's to work smart. If you spend your days reacting to life instead of improving yourself, you'll always be behind. But if you dedicate a portion of each day to becoming wiser, sharper, and more capable, your opportunities will start chasing you instead of you chasing them. Personal growth transforms you into the kind of person who can handle success without losing it. The market rewards rare value. If you develop discipline, communication, leadership, creativity, and emotional intelligence, you'll never be without options. The secret is to keep refining yourself so that no matter what changes around you, you remain valuable. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your training. That's why it's not enough to wish for success. You must prepare for it. The stronger you are on the inside, the more power you have to shape the world on the outside. Every day, ask yourself, what am I becoming? Because who you're becoming matters more than what you're doing. A better version of you will naturally create a better life. Work on your health, your habits, your discipline, your patience, and your thinking. If you improve how you think, you improve how you live. You can't expect to have millionaire results with a minimum wage mindset. Growth is not about luck or timing. It's about effort, consistency, and the willingness to evolve. When you begin to invest in yourself, you start attracting new kinds of people, opportunities, and experiences. The universe responds to personal development. People trust those who demonstrate wisdom, confidence, and competence. Those qualities are built through daily practice, through doing the small things others ignore. So instead of chasing success, build yourself into someone success cannot ignore. The greatest gift you can give to your work, your family, and your future is a better you. Every book you read, every skill you sharpen, every fear you face, and every limitation you challenge pushes you closer to the life you were meant to live. The more capable you become, the more you can contribute. And contribution, not comfort, is the real measure of success. So make it your daily mission to become a person of greater value. Because when you grow, everything you touch grows with you. People without goals drift through life, hoping something good will happen. They live by chance instead of by choice. But every successful person knows that nothing meaningful happens until you decide exactly what you want. A goal gives your energy a target and your actions a direction. It transforms confusion into clarity and turns ordinary effort into focused power. You can't hit a target you can't see, so if your life feels scattered or uncertain, it's not because you're lazy. It's because your vision isn't clear. Setting clear goals is like building a map for your future. It tells you where you're going, why you're going, and what it will take to get there. Without goals, you wake up every day reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. Life becomes a series of random events rather than intentional progress. But the moment you define your goals, you activate something powerful inside you, a sense of purpose. Suddenly, every task, every challenge, and every opportunity begins to align toward that vision. The secret is to write your goals down. A goal that isn't written is only a wish floating around without commitment. Writing it down makes it real. It's a contract between who you are and who you're becoming. When you see your goals on paper, they stop being ideas and start becoming responsibilities. They remind you of your promise to yourself. Every time you read them, you recharge your determination. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and meaningful. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Define what success means to you. Is it freedom, financial independence, better health, or stronger relationships? The clearer you are, the easier it is to design your actions. When the why is strong, the how becomes easier. A powerful goal will pull you forward even on difficult days. It becomes your compass when distractions try to steal your focus. Many people quit because they don't see progress fast enough. But a goal isn't achieved in one leap. It's reached step by step. Each small victory builds confidence. You may not see big results immediately, but the process changes you. Every disciplined action brings you closer to the life you envisioned. Success doesn't come to those who wish, it comes to those who plan, act, and persist. Writing your goals also exposes your priorities. It forces you to decide what matters most. Time is limited, and not every task deserves your attention. When you know your goals, you can say no to distractions without guilt. Every successful person has mastered the art of focus. They don't chase 10 rabbits. They chase one until they catch it. Your goals are not just about achievement, they're about alignment. They help you live a life that matches your values. When your goals are right, they bring peace instead of pressure. You no longer wake up wondering what to do. You wake up knowing exactly why you're doing it. That kind of clarity gives power to your days and meaning to your struggles. So if your life feels uncertain, take time to sit down and write your goals. Describe your future in detail. Picture the person you want to become and the life you want to live. Then make a plan, set deadlines, and commit. Read those goals every morning and every night until they shape your decisions. Because once your goals become part of your daily awareness, they start guiding your behavior. That's when success stops being an accident and starts becoming a pattern. The world moves aside for the person who knows where they are going. Discipline is the invisible bridge that carries dreams from imagination to reality. It is the quiet strength that transforms intentions into results. Most people start with excitement and motivation, but motivation fades when life gets hard. Discipline stays when the excitement is gone. It is the decision to do what must be done, even when the mood has disappeared. Without discipline, dreams remain only ideas written on paper. With discipline, they become visible achievements. Every successful person you see has built their life on the foundation of discipline. They learned to show up when others stayed comfortable. They learned to finish what they started, even when it became inconvenient. Discipline is not a punishment, it is a commitment to consistency. It is waking up early when you feel tired, choosing work over distraction, saving money instead of spending it, and speaking less while doing more. Success doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for persistence. Those who can do small things well every day eventually achieve great things. The truth is, discipline isn't glamorous. It's not applause or recognition. It's quiet mornings, hard choices, and unseen effort. It's doing the push-ups no one sees, reading the book no one told you to, making the call when you'd rather quit. But every act of discipline adds strength to your character. It sharpens your focus and builds trust in yourself. When you keep your word to yourself, your confidence grows. You begin to believe that you can handle whatever life brings. Discipline creates freedom. At first, it feels restrictive, like rules or limits. But over time, it sets you free. The person who disciplines their time enjoys more time. The person who disciplines their spending enjoys more wealth. The person who disciplines their habits enjoys more peace. While others are slaves to impulse, the disciplined person is the master of choice. Discipline gives you control over your direction instead of being pulled by every distraction. There will be days when you don't feel like doing what needs to be done. That's when discipline speaks louder than emotion. Emotion says, I'll do it later. Discipline says, do it now. Emotion wants comfort. Discipline seeks progress. Every time you choose discipline over ease, you train your mind to obey your purpose rather than your feelings. Over time, that mental strength becomes your greatest asset. Those who rely only on motivation will always be inconsistent. Motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. You can't control your mood, but you can control your habits. The habit of discipline will carry you through the days when you feel weak. It becomes your backbone in uncertain times. While others stop at the first sign of difficulty, the disciplined person keeps walking step after step until they arrive. Discipline also creates credibility. People begin to trust those who consistently deliver. Opportunities open for the dependable. Success doesn't chase the talented, it chases the consistent. Every disciplined effort compounds into a reputation that attracts respect, results, and reward. You become known as someone who follows through, and that single quality separates you from the majority. So if you want to reach your goals, stop waiting for motivation. Start practicing discipline in small things. Wake up when you say you will. Keep promises to yourself. Do the work when no one is watching. Build momentum through daily commitment. Each act of discipline may seem small, but together they form the bridge that takes you from wishing to winning. Dreams fade for those who quit, but they come true for those who stay consistent. Discipline is the difference between hoping for success and living it. The people you choose to walk with will either lift you or limit you. No one succeeds alone. Every successful person has learned that the environment they live in shapes the results they achieve. You can have talent, drive, and ambition, but if you surround yourself with negativity, it will drain your spirit. Success grows in an atmosphere of encouragement, challenge, and accountability. That is why it is essential to be intentional about who you allow into your circle. You become like the people you spend the most time with. Their attitudes influence yours. Their habits rub off on you. Their energy becomes contagious. If you walk with complainers, you'll start to complain. If you walk with dreamers, you'll start to dream. The mind adapts to the environment it's placed in. That's why choosing the right company is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. You cannot fly if you keep walking with those who doubt wings exist. Every association is either an investment or a cost. Some people inspire you to think bigger, work harder, and stay disciplined. Others drain your enthusiasm and distract you from your goals. It takes courage to distance yourself from those who hold you back, but it's necessary for growth. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Some relationships are seasonal, others are foundational. Wisdom lies in knowing the difference. Successful people are careful with their associations. They seek mentors who challenge them to rise higher. They surround themselves with people who talk about ideas instead of gossip. They spend time with those who make them better, not bitter. When you associate with disciplined and forward-thinking individuals, their mindset starts to influence your own. Their confidence strengthens your belief. Their consistency raises your standards. Soon, you begin to operate at a higher level without even realizing it. There's a simple truth. You can't grow in an environment that doesn't feed your growth. If you're always the smartest in the room, you're in the wrong room. Seek company that stretches you, that pushes you to question your limits, that expects more from you than you expect from yourself. Growth requires friction. It requires challenge. The right people won't let you settle for average. They'll call you out when you get lazy and celebrate you when you rise. It's also important to be the right person in someone else's circle. Be the one who uplifts, who encourages, who leads by example. The more you give inspiration, the more you receive it. Success is not just about surrounding yourself with great people, it's also about becoming someone great to be around. You attract who you are. So if you want to walk with better people, start by becoming better yourself. There will be times when you need to walk alone for a while. Growth often requires solitude. It's in those moments that you gain clarity about who truly belongs in your journey. Don't fear losing people who don't align with your purpose. The right ones will stay, and the wrong ones will naturally fade. The path of success demands selective association because not everyone understands the discipline and focus it requires. So take a close look at your circle. Who challenges you to grow? Who believes in your dreams? Who drains your energy or feeds your excuses? Life is too short to surround yourself with doubt. Build relationships with those who see your potential, who remind you of your vision when you forget it, who push you toward excellence. The company you keep becomes the mirror of your future. Choose it wisely, for the direction of your life often follows the direction of your friendships. Learning is the seed of every form of progress. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing, and when growth stops, decline begins. Every successful person has developed the habit of learning daily, not as a duty, but as a way of life. Knowledge is the raw material from which wisdom is built, and wisdom is what separates the successful from the struggling. The more you learn, the more you see. The more you see, the better you decide. Life rewards those who are curious enough to keep discovering and humble enough to keep improving. Many people believe education ends when school ends, but real education begins the day you take charge of it yourself. You can't rely on others to feed your mind. You must seek out knowledge the way a hungry person seeks food. Read books that challenge your thinking, listen to voices that stretch your imagination, and observe people who are ahead of you. Every piece of knowledge becomes a brick in the foundation of your success. The stronger that foundation, the higher you can build. Learning daily doesn't always mean formal study. It means staying awake to life. Every conversation, every experience, every mistake has something to teach. The wise person asks, "What can I learn from this?" rather than, "Why did this happen to me?" Growth begins when curiosity replaces complaint. The more curious you are, the richer your understanding becomes. Knowledge gives you options, and options create freedom. The person who knows more can do more, see more, and become more. The greatest danger is thinking you already know enough. Arrogance closes the mind, while humility keeps it open. The moment you think you've arrived, you begin to fall behind. The world keeps moving, and only the learners stay relevant. Every day brings new ideas, new challenges, new opportunities. Those who keep learning adapt. Those who stop learning become trapped by outdated thinking. The mind is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. If you exercise it daily, it expands. Some people say they don't have time to learn, but that's like saying you don't have time to grow. Learning doesn't require hours of study. It requires intention. Listen to an audiobook while you drive, read 10 pages before bed, watch something educational instead of something forgettable. Little by little, you'll notice your thoughts becoming sharper and your choices becoming wiser. A single idea can change your life, but you must be willing to expose yourself to those ideas. The more you learn, the more confident you become. Knowledge builds inner strength. It gives you the courage to face the unknown because you've trained your mind to find answers. Problems no longer intimidate you, they challenge you. Every bit of learning increases your ability to contribute. When you know more, you can give more. You become valuable to others not because of your title, but because of your understanding. Learning daily also shapes your character. It teaches patience, humility, and discipline. It reminds you that mastery takes time. Every successful person remains a student no matter how high they climb. They never stop asking questions, never stop exploring, never stop growing. That hunger for improvement keeps their spirit young and their perspective fresh. So make learning a daily ritual. Read something that feeds your mind. Listen to someone wiser than you. Reflect on your day and extract a lesson from it. Don't chase information for the sake of knowing. Seek wisdom for the sake of becoming. Life never gives more to those who stop preparing. Keep learning, keep evolving, keep stretching your limits. Because the more you grow, the more capable you become of handling the success you're dreaming of. The mind that never stops learning is the mind that never stops winning. The greatest fulfillment in life doesn't come from how much you get, but from how much you give. True success is not measured by accumulation, but by contribution. Many people spend their lives trying to gather wealth, recognition, or comfort, only to find themselves feeling empty. The joy of living begins when you realize that your value is found in the difference you make in the lives of others. Every successful person has discovered that giving is not a loss. It is an investment that always returns multiplied. Giving does not always mean money. It can be time, effort, kindness, wisdom, or encouragement. Sometimes a sincere word can change a life. A small gesture can restore someone's hope. The act of giving stretches your heart and strengthens your character. It moves your focus from what you lack to what you already have. Gratitude grows when you give, and gratitude opens the door to abundance. Those who give freely never run out because life finds a way to refill an open hand. When you live only for yourself, your world becomes small. You measure everything by personal gain and miss the deeper purpose of success. But when you begin to give, your world expands. You start to see needs, opportunities, and connections that were invisible before. Contribution sharpens your awareness of humanity. It reminds you that your talents, skills, and blessings were never meant to end with you. They were meant to flow through you. You become a channel through which good travels to others, and that flow brings peace to your spirit. Giving also refines your motivation. It tests whether your work is driven by greed or purpose. When you give, you remind yourself that success is not about taking advantage, but about adding value. It's about leaving every place, every person, every situation better than you found it. The most respected individuals are those who use their power to empower others. They don't compete to be the best. They strive to bring out the best in others. Every time you give, you plant seeds. Some grow immediately, others take years. But the harvest always comes. You may not see it at first, but the good you do quietly multiplies behind the scenes. Someone's life improves. Someone's faith returns. Someone's path becomes clearer because of what you shared. Life has a mysterious way of rewarding those who give sincerely. What you send out returns in unexpected ways, sometimes through opportunities, sometimes through relationships, sometimes through peace of mind. Giving also builds strength in you. It keeps you from becoming hard or selfish. It reminds you that abundance is not something you chase, but something you create. The more you share, the more you realize how capable you are. The act of giving develops courage and generosity, two qualities that make success meaningful. A life built on giving is a life that leaves footprints long after the journey is over. So never underestimate the power of a generous heart. Whether it's your time, your knowledge, or your attention, what you give makes you rich in ways money never could. You don't have to be wealthy to give, you just have to be willing. Give where you are with what you have to whoever needs it most. Every contribution counts. The more people you help, the more life helps you. Because success that ends with you dies with you, but success that serves others' lives forever. The secret of lasting success is simple. Give more than you take.